Yeah, so far pre-season's gone well. We've had 50 odd lads training on a regular basis. It's created a good buzz. The lads have worked hard, and obviously we played our first pre-season game on Saturday, which has given us a good indication of where the guys have got to in pre-season. We've covered a lot of ground, both on and off the field, and yeah, we think we're in a pretty good place at the moment. Obviously played Vale on Saturday. Both teams, I think, probably got a lot out of it, to be honest. We played 3 30-minute periods. We took quite an extended squad. I think the view was that we were always going to use that game as an opportunity to give everybody an opportunity to put the hand up. So that was good. Yeah, I think we got a lot out of it. There were some good performances, right level of positives and work-ons, which we expected anyway. But overall, yeah, it was a really good game. Scored some nice tries, showed some good phases. So again, yeah, good indicator of where we've got to. Yeah, new signings have settled in well. I think it was important, to get some momentum early in the off-season. We did that by getting some, experienced players on board early. Obviously, getting the coaches in place as well was important. So, yeah, the new signings, particularly the experienced guys, they've come in, they've set really good standards. They're leading, showing their experience. I think there's a good mix in terms of now experience and youth. We've got those guys. I think we've got a core of players who are now, got probably 2 or 3 seasons under the belt, probably 50 to 75 to 100 games in experience. So they're probably now the guys who we would say are no longer promising youngsters. They're experienced first team players. So they also have to join in with the experienced guys and setting the standard. But there's also a good number of young players that have come down as well. Say, there's 50 odd lads involved, and some of these young players, are really exciting about, their potential. I think the style we're looking for, again, is to be, I don't want to sort of pigeonhole us and say we're going to be, expansive and run it from everywhere or anything like that. I think we want to play heads up rugby, we want to challenge the players to play what they see, but obviously there has to be some structure built around that. And at the moment, I think, having had a inter-squad trial game and the Vale game, we've seen patches of, players using the ball well, starting to use the, the full width of the pitch. And essentially, yeah, just guys going out there, playing intelligent rugby, making good decisions, and hopefully with the experienced guys now on board, we can sort of make sure that if things perhaps aren't going to plan, we can just revert to type, tighten things up for a period, get back on the front foot and then go again. And and we're not going to say that we're going to throw it around and it's going to be perhaps the offloading game that perhaps many expect with Paul. I think it's just going to be about, saying to the players, look, there's a process, let's play to the process and then play from that. I think the challenges for this season, there's different challenges really in this division. I think you've got a lot of teams that will fancy being involved at the top end of the table. Obviously there's ourselves and Harrogate who've come down, who will want to bounce back straight away. There's clubs that obviously missed out on promotion last year who will think that they can go one stage better. I think there's a few unknowns in there. I think there's clubs that we've not played obviously in league rugby before who were going to play for the first time. So again, perhaps if they do see us as a big fish, that's going to be a different type of challenge for us. So fundamentally, I think the big thing is that as a group, what we look at is that, look, we've got 26 cup finals, if you want to call them that, games that we've got to show up, show a good level of intensity, a high level of performance, and basically overcome those obstacles that are put in our way. And if we can do that, hopefully we'll have an enjoyable and successful season. Yeah, there's different ambitions that and certain aims we want to get out of this season. I think it's about building a structure that can take us forward, perhaps over the next few years, on and off the pitch. So, off the pitch, we want to make sure we've got a proper infrastructure. Want to make sure we've got enough bodies doing the right jobs, working hard. On the pitch, obviously, build some enjoyment, build some consistency, build a culture where the players, themselves are leading from the front, not expecting it to be done for them. In terms of the guys off the pitch or the coaches. Build the enjoyment factor. Obviously enjoyment generally only comes if you're winning. So if we can get a winning style of rugby, a winning brand, take that into where it goes for this season, ideally. Yeah, everybody wants to be successful and win division, so we're no different. And then from there, we hopefully have some momentum to take into future years and see where we go. But, a gradual sort of building process. We want to be, seen to be as a club that's moving forward. I think we've got a lot of players who've come down this year because they're excited about what potential there is at this club. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come.